coming at Good day. Welcome to another episode of IGSTS. I got something to say. And today we gonna be chatting about this NBA Finals that's coming up. So it's gonna be some interesting things. I got a few things I want to point out about. All right, so we got the Warriors from Golden State, Toronto Raptors here, and I believe it's the first time a team represented in the NBA Finals outside of the United States. So this is some history set right here, along with Kawhi's game-winning Game 7 buzzer beater. So it's a lot of excitement to be here. I personally thought it would be a better matchup if Milwaukee was in it. But here's a chance for Kawhi to get his revenge against the incident that happened between Zaza when he stepped up under his shot when they were up about 12, I believe, on the Warriors. And, it was a 23-point swing. And then the Warriors, end up taking and winning that year. So the last meeting they had was December 12th. And the Raptors did work without Kawhi. 113-93 was the final score. It wasn't much to be talked to at the time because, Kawhi was still going through his time off and wasn't really sure. He just had the trade. And it was just everybody was focused where he was going next. They didn't see the outcome of them actually making it to the finals, so that made it interesting. Now that we're here, there's a few things that's interesting I want to point out that happened in this game that analysts have made mention to. One thing Shannon Sharp said on Fox Sports 1 was KD with the Golden State Warriors makes them unbeatable. Now I didn't really know how I felt when he said that, because my viewpoint is they won without KD. They lost to Kyrie hitting a big shot in the final seconds post Steph Curry going up for, a weak layup and getting blocked by LeBron. So I look at it as KD gives him a dynamic win. Maybe someone's off, but I don't believe he makes them unbeatable. I think he gives them a lesser chance of playing like the Warriors do when it comes to Klay scoring 60 points with less than 20 dribbles in 3 quarters. Amazing. Well, if you look at the past win, how when KD went out, they got back to how they, won and how they put on that 73-9 display a couple years ago. They moved the ball. Now, this last game that they lost against the Toronto Raptors, if you look at the box score, you can see that KD shot 13 for 22. KD almost took more shots combined than Steph and Klay, and he put up 30. He had 5 assists and 7 rebounds, but he had 4 turnovers. Steph shot 3 for 12, 10 points, 3 assists, 4 turnovers. Klay Thompson, 14 points, 3 assists, no turnovers. But the anchor of the team, 2 points, Draymond, 2 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, but 4 turnovers. So it looks like when KD is in the mix, a lot of things are more forced versus flowing. So I'm not saying they're going to lose with KD, but what you can see is there's some rupture in how they actually do things. When KD hit that 3-pointer on LeBron game 5, that's what KD represents. He's that guy that, when everybody's having a slump, he's that type of, that assassin shooter that'll get you going when you're down. And he'll take that big shot. He's like a big shot taker, although Steph is that guy too. And, I remember Steph hitting a shot like that from deep in the logo on KD's team. This was back in 2016, when they had that nice battle against OKC when KD was there, when everyone thought, hey, why'd you go join them? You should have you had him right there. You had him down 3-1. Why go join him? And then even Clay got a little work in, hitting daggers. So although they lost to Kawhi or to a non-Kawhi team, what's interesting is here, now that we've seen how the Warriors play better and how they pretty much solidified who they are without KD, will KD be their downfall? And I say no, and here's why. KD, in that game that they played December 12th, that was more of a field game. I don't think there was much at stake, so I don't put too much stock in that meeting. But KD has been listening to the news. He's been listening to the reports. He's been listening to the analysts. And he's very transparent about how he feels about what the media says about him. And he's the type that actually uses all the naysay. And so he's watched the game. He's seen what happened. He's seen the Warriors get back. He knows how they play. And I think KD is really going to be, he's going to be just fine. I think he's going to fit in like we've never seen before. And when his number is called, he's going to hit the dagger. He's going to continue to do that. And unless we ask KD and KD actually says where he's going to end up, I'll hold off on that and let him tell us. Now, getting to the Raptors, they had an interesting stretch. And in this game in particular, what's interesting about this meeting in December 12th against the Warriors is all 5 starters were in double digits. And Lowry, he led with 23 points and 12 assists. Ibaka, he had his, typical 20 and 12. And they did this with no Kawhi. They moved the ball. They got in the paint. With Ibaka scoring 20, that means they're getting that high block in the paint, rebounds. They're getting it done. I mean, they out rebound them by 8, but the point differential was 12 points. So that's huge. And then you're giving up 12 turnovers, from your starters. And, they're used to rotating the ball. And the Golden State Warriors need that ball to be rotating, or else they're not going to be as effective. Now, my predictions for this is Golden State in 6 with a possible Golden State in 5. So, before y'all get all wild and all riled up, go on, leave your take in the comments, because they still are the champs. They haven't been dethroned yet. So I just think the Claw, Kawhi, he'll be there. Okay. Lowry, I'm not sure if he's still, the same Lowry that kind of sinks. But I know LeBron is not a factor, but I'm not really sure that Kyle Lowry is ready to take that next step. I like how he dished off the pass at the end, so, his boy Kawhi can get the poster on Giannis, but I'm not convinced yet by Kyle Lowry. There's a lot that he still has to prove to himself, I believe. Not to us, but to himself. Once he gets a taste, just a little taste, it may make him understand where he's at and his purpose on his team and in this league. Ibaka, I'm not too sure about how they're going to be able to deal with him. I know they're going to have Bogut moving around. I'm not sure if DeMarcus Cousins is going to be ready, although they said, he will be. And it's really up to see if KD is going to be flying with the team. Game 1 is going to kind of be like a feel. It's going to be like the first couple rounds of a boxing match. You know, where you got to feel out your opponent, and then, you know, later on, then you got to get your score right. So I believe that the Warriors will somehow, the rambunctiousness of the crowd outside and Drake, you know, he might do the Kiki challenge on the sideline, possibly. Even with all that, I think what the Raptors aren't ready for is a high caliber opponent. I mean, they mentally couldn't get past LeBron James himself. The Cleveland Cavaliers weren't much on paper. I mean, they had the matchups, but still, I just think it was a mental thing, and they don't understand what it's like to go up against, let's just say it, a dynasty like the Golden State Warriors. Their 5th appearance in a row. 3 out of 5. I feel even if KD plays, Steph will and shall deserve the Finals MVP. That'll just solidify him. And maybe the media start giving him a lot more credit than for what he looks like. You know, he's not that outspoken. He let another superstar come and connect on his team, given that this guy is probably one of the best players in all the NBA. His humbleness has not allowed the media and the people who get, you know, give the first take on him and his team, the credit, the props for what he's done. He's the most efficient shooter. I mean, they still talk about Ray Allen, and Ray Allen's not even in any comparison. Ray Allen was a shooting guard. Steph is a point guard. They call him a hybrid, but he's a point guard. When he wants to get to the rack, and I wish he would do it more. The boy's bad. He's bad. He can take you off the dribble 3 times, shake you up, shoot a dagger, or get to the rack, get the contact, and the and one. That's if he gets the call. So I'm looking for this matchup to be very interesting. I got the Warriors taking the first game, and I got them winning this, closing this out within. I'm gonna go with 6 because all respect to the Raptors. They put in the work and they made it. You know, they didn't have to go through LeBron on the East this time, but they went through some tough opponents. And although Giannis and them slept on themselves, I still think Toronto, you know, they put up a fight. I mean, they went 7 games with Philly, so, you know, they got some experience and they're ready. They're ready. I just don't think they're on that level just yet until they prove so. And I don't go by the moment. I go by the now. And I go by, you know, what's actually taking place. No one's dethroned them just yet. Even when Kyrie hit that 3 and took that, you know, that when they took that 3-1 deficit and came back and won, still, no one has dethroned the Warriors. And you got to remember, KD was the addition. That was KD's choice, right? But the Warriors did go to him. You know, they went to KD. So all that bashing KD, you know, about why did he go to the team that beat him? Well, the team that beat him actually went to him. They went to the Hamptons. He was posted up, drinking Sprite or whatever it is he was doing. So I think, you know, if you're working and, you know, you're in play and somebody, you know, the rival company wants to come get you and give you a whole lot more money to do a whole lot less but still be you and just add to a bona fide, you know, champion type of a job, where you're going to excel and you're going to hit your achievements that you've been working hard for the past 9+ years, but you'll get them sooner, and you'll fulfill your purpose or your your dreams or your goals. Excuse me. You got one life to live. You know, you strike while the iron's hot. And for KD, it was steam coming out the iron. So I applaud him for his move. And I don't think the move is weak. I think the move is right for him. And, you know, he'll make a decision right after this, and we'll all have to wait. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. I'm excited. It's about to go down. And once again, I got Warriors in 6. And if Steph and Clay do what they do with KD there, and DeMarcus Cousins shows up for a little fun, I got him in 5. Even with Toronto having the home court advantage, I got him in 5. If those factors do happen. That's DeMarcus Cousins, KD showing back up, and the Warriors are still able to move the ball. Draymond still gets this little push like he did on the Blazers, how he just kept pushing the balls. If they're able to still do half of that, oh yeah. Raptors have a chance, but it's a small chance. Out of respecting them, like I said, they didn't walk their way to the finals. They had to climb uphill. So that's my take, and I hope y'all enjoyed another episode of I Got Something to Say. Shouts out to the homies again, you know, S.1000, Shabazz, I am Martin Ross. Hey, I appreciate y'all for listening again, and stay tuned. Leave those comments. Go ahead and subscribe. You know, hit the like button. If you got anything you want to say, the forum's open. Hit the comments up. You know, tell your peoples, get in on the debate. Y'all have a good one.